Hi, this is Jane, your Boomer Babe, and today we're going to talk about the wonder food, quinoa. You've probably heard about it, and you've heard a lot about gluten-free these days. And quinoa is a nutritional powerhouse. It's not a grain, for those of you who are on low-carb diets. It is a seed. And I have 3 of them right here. Red, black, and white. Of course, the black quinoa cooks up brown, and the red quinoa cooks up brown. And the beige quinoa cooks up, well, they call it white quinoa, but it's really beige. So we're going to make some today in 2 different recipes, one hot pilaf and one cold salad. Quinoa is unique among all vegetables in that it has complete amino acids, so it's very good for vegans and vegetarians. It has between 12 and 18% protein. So it's a complete protein, and I don't even know if there are any other vegetables that have this. So what we're going to do is I'm going to cook some red quinoa in hot, and I have some black quinoa already cooked to make a salad. So one of the interesting things about quinoa, besides the fact it started in Peru, and it's been used by the Incas and other Peruvians as a staple food for 1,000 years, maybe more, who knows. But it's now come to this country, and it's taking this country by storm, and it's quite delicious. Be careful with these little seeds. They get everywhere. Quinoa has a natural insecticide that is on the seeds, and it's grown, somehow it happened naturally, and so bugs don't attack this seed. What you have to do is it has to be soaked beforehand to get the saponins, that's the poisonous, nasty tasting stuff off. So I have a cup of red quinoa right here, and I'm going to just toss it into some water and let it soak for a while and swish it around, because that will take off most of the saponins. Then after a little bit I'm going to drain it and then cook it with 2 cups of chicken broth. You cook quinoa the same as you would rice. So 1 cup of the quinoa to 2 cups of liquid. Now it can be any kind of liquid. You could cook it in apple juice if you want to have it for breakfast, because it can act much like oatmeal. I cook it in chicken broth for a hot pilaf, or just in water to make a cold salad. You could cook it in coconut milk. Whatever liquid floats your boat, that works. So much of the quinoa that you get that is in a package will already be soaked, but you never know. And believe me, you don't want these saponins on the product, because it will taste terrible. Another thing to be aware of, and it was pretty funny, the first time I did this, I cooked it and I saw these little white curly Q tails on the seed, and I thought, oh my god, it's got worms! But it didn't. It's the sprout, and it'll be on all of them, so don't worry about it. It's not bugs. Just eat it and you'll like it. You will like it. So okay, we are going to drain this and put it on the stove, and we'll be back as soon as we get it done. Hi, we're back with some cold quinoa that's been sitting overnight in the refrigerator. And one thing that's really funny about this is that the seed itself kind of pops when you chew on it. It's like the culinary equivalent of popping bubble wrap. It's a surprising texture. It doesn't have a whole lot of taste. It's slightly nutty, but it's more of a neutral platform on which you can load lots of flavor, both with a salad, which is what we're going to do here, and with a pilaf, which is what we'll do later. So this is black quinoa. As I told you, it comes up brown. And I went to my local salad bar and got a lot of vegetables to put in here. And so we've got some baby tomatoes, those little grape tomatoes. They're so tasty. Here's some chopped red pepper. And then this, whoops, come back here. got some shredded carrots and fava beans. That's a pretty color. And then for some crunch, some cucumbers. That looks like enough. And a little bit of very finely chopped scallions. This couldn't be easier. And here is some, I made a vinaigrette earlier. Lemon juice, a little bit of half a teaspoon of mustard, olive oil, and some basil. And we're just going to mix all this up, and it's going to be wonderful. It can go back in the refrigerator. Sometimes I'll make up a couple of cups of quinoa for the week and make it pretty bland, so I can, again, mount all those flavors when I'm either going to make it for breakfast, run away, make it for breakfast or make it into a pilaf for dinner. And this is really good. All done. Hi, we're back and we're going to do a hot pilaf with the quinoa that we had been cooking at the last break. So I have about 1 pound of butter, maybe 100 calories, put that in a saute pan. And we're just going to saute the red peppers I had left over from making the salad, and just for a little color. And then I have pine nuts. These are really tasty. They're a bit expensive, and you can substitute, if you like, sauteed slivered almonds, or even, what do I want to say? Sorry, I blew that one. Okay, I have here pine nuts. They're very tasty, a bit expensive, and you can substitute almonds if you like. But I'm going to use about 3 tablespoons of pine nuts. And saute them. They'll turn a little brown and nutty and delicious. And I put half of a chopped up garlic clove in there just for some more flavor. This is the quinoa. Now maybe you can see this. There you go. Remember, this was the red quinoa. It's brown also. You kind of don't get much away from brown with quinoa. But it's been cooked in chicken broth, and it's just slightly al dente. And we're going to get these little puppies turning brown, and it's coming. Then as soon as they turn brown, we add the red or brown quinoa. It's red, but who knows. And then stir it around till everything is hot. Try not to have this fall on the floor. And voila, it is done. Here is some parsley for color. And this is a very nice side dish to go with pretty much anything protein, whether it's pork chops or the pork tenderloin that we made, or since it's brown, it would look nice with sauteed chicken breast. Nice color and texture with the pine nuts. Let's just put this into a bowl and serve it and have dinner. Here we go. Teeth when you bite it down. It has a nice, somewhat nutty flavor, but you can add all kinds of additions here that make it even better. Now look how pretty this is. Let's put some more greenery on there. It's really good. Remember, if I can do it, you can do it. See you again.